And we are live. I am Jamie Shaw, and welcome to the Monster Marketing Show. Tonight I have a special guest, Robert Nevin. He is recruiting master magician. I forgot what he calls it, but he's a recruiting machine and he's a blogging machine, and he's my special guest tonight. Yeah, I want to start out the show.
Hey guys.
Well, say hi, Bob.
Hey there. Hi everybody out there in TV land.
I want to start out the show explaining why I got the name as a monster marketer. It's not because I'm a monster, not because I'm mean or anything like that. It's because on the 24-hour marketing mastermind workshop or hangout and the Wisdom Wednesday hangout, I was making monster comments, asking monster questions, and Dave and Katie labeled me the monster marketer because of that. And I was always interactive in the comments, making comments all the time, getting the questions I needed answered. So that's how I got the name the Monster Marketer. So this week, I've kind of been in a funk all week. I mean, I had a member quit last week, and I kind of took it personally because, you spend so much time with your people, recruiting them and everything. When they sign up, you develop a friendship with them, and it kind of bothers you when somebody quit. I kind of got in this funk over this, and it was really bugging me, and the monsters were talking in my head that you can't do this and you can't do it, and telling me all kinds of negative things. And then last night I'm on Wednesday, and Patterson calls me out and tells me how awesome I am and how he looked in my eyes, and he knew I was determined not to quit, and that resurrected the monster marketer back in me. And I knew, this is what I was destined to do. So I need to dig myself out of this funk, and get back to working and doing what I need to do. And then lo and behold, this morning I listened to an audio from the deep abyss, and guess what that audio was about? It was about being in a funk and losing recruits. And that audio really, stood out in my mind because, it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're going to lose some recruits in this business. It's just the nature of the game. People are going to get in and try it, figure out it's not for them, and they're going to quit. Some people aren't built to do the work, and in this business you have to do the work if you're going to get results. It's not a push button system. You're not going to push a button and millions of dollars are going to fall out in your bank account. It's not going to happen. If you want results, you're going to have to work. So let's get to my special guest. My special guest is Robert Nevin. Robert is, like I said, a recruiting machine, and he has set up an awesome blog, and I want to get his insights on it. Bob, welcome to my show. And the first question I want to ask you is, what made you get into this industry?
Hey guys, it's great to be here. I guess that's a good lead in for a little bit of my background and story about what made me get in here. In 1997, my mom passed away thanks to breast cancer. And at that same time, my dad lost his business. And so he was kind of running around trying to figure out, okay, what should I do? I just lost my wife. And so you want to talk about a funk? That was a huge funk. I'm a recent college graduate at that time, and I was bouncing around to all sorts of different jobs. I'm sure if Katie is on here, she can attest to to that and what it's like. It's not fun. And then I finally found a job working for a customer service department in the electronics firm. I worked in a cubicle and talked to people who were very, very upset that their machinery is no longer working and they need help. So I worked in the technical support department, and we worked with a lot of automation. So I don't know if anybody knows anything about PLCs and stuff like that. Maybe Jamie knows. And so I got tired of it because I'm talking to people who are angry. You know, I'm talking to people who from all over the world too, and they are upset. I mean, bitterly upset. I mean, just I'm going to take out all of these PLCs. And I'm going to rip them out of these damn machines that keep on breaking, and I'm going to throw them in the river. And I was like, go right ahead. A salesman will be calling you next week to replace all the PLCs that you destroyed if you still have a job. That's what I was thinking. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. So, and it was at that same time I developed kidney stones. Woohoo! So, I mean, we were in a big time funk. What is the best way to get out of a funk? What's the best way? Stop, cool your jets, take a deep breath, and move on, right? Have faith that it's going to get better. So my dad got a job with another friend of his, and it was in the recruiting business for the paper and packaging industry. My dad did so well that the owner of that company kicked him out, fired him. Isn't that nice? Two or 3 months into the job. So my dad came to me and said, Bob, I need help. I need you. We're going to form a new company. It's going to be called C.H. Nevin and Associates. And we're going to start this thing in the basement. I was like, really? That place kind of stinks and floods. You really want to do that? He said, yeah. But Dad, I already have a job, even though I hate it. So what I did is I worked the job during the day, and at night I built a database of 2,000 to 3,000 companies in the paper and packaging industry, and it was a lot of work. And then fast forward, we had a big flood, and it flooded the basement. Almost got our computers wet, and it was, Jamie, this is the old AT type PCs. Back in 1997, we don't have the luxury of doing these webinars and stuff like that. I mean, it was, anyway, it was nasty. It was really
the old IBM. The old IBM.
Oh yeah.
The old IBMs with Windows 3.1 on it.
Right. We had dial-up for AOL. My first email address, bob.nevin@aol.com. I think I was the only Bob Nevin ever. Well, anyways, so fast forward, we were able to get a lot. And folks, this is a business-to-business type of company that we were building. It had no MLM. I didn't even know what MLM was, right? But we developed this company, and I was able to recruit lots of people for the paper and packaging industry and take them from a crappy situation, because moving and getting a job, probably two of the most stressful things a person will ever go through, besides death, of course, with a family member. So we were able to make a whole lot of placements with these individuals now that we know how to do it, because there are 30 steps to making a placement, half of which is the recruiting. The other half is marketing the candidate. So we did that. We stuck to it. We were determined. We were persevering. Now, all that stuff, if you saw my videos on Facebook, that's exactly how I was able to build C.H. Nevin into a great little company. And you can see my office right behind me. Now, this is not in the basement. It's over a 3-car garage. All right. Right? So we were able to go from really that cool, crappy Bob. Situation. Thank you. And I still have the business in my home, and we were able to build that up. And it's awesome. We can work when we want, how we want, with whoever we want. Now that's freedom right there. And we built that from nothing. Absolutely nothing. We did not have a system like we have right now with MLSP. We didn't have that. We didn't have blogs. You know how I did all the recruiting, and I still do. from a dial-up phone, guys. Not even a cell phone. So it does work. Matter of fact, there's a call right now. Excuse me. Anyways, so that's how I got into the recruiting aspect. Now, fast forward a couple more years. In this industry of recruiting, you're going to have highs and you're going to have lows. And so I was looking for something that can help even things out a little bit with cash flow. And so I stumbled across a bunch of online gigs and I tried them out, only to learn later that it was kind of scammy. You know, like there was one called Feeder Matrix. I don't even know if it's still around. Got into that. I even did an Amway gig too, but it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. It was nothing like I had with recruiting for the paper and packaging industry. And so why did I get into this industry? It's simple, cash flow. Because there are lots of highs and lows in this industry, and it is incredibly high and there are incredible lows. So we needed something that can help level things out. So that's how I got into it, Jamie. That's the God's honest truth right there. So
that's how you get the name, the Recruiting Wizard. Then I kind of got into this industry because, you know, I was tired of driving 3-hour round trip to work every day, you know, because I spent an hour and a half in the morning, an hour and a half on the road, you know, and I spent that time altering my mindset so I could get on and do shows like this, because I was scared to death to do videos and do hangouts and stuff until Pat wrestled me around and Katie and Dave Renke wrestled me around and basically pulled my head out of my rear end and, you know, made me realize that I could do this and anybody can do this if they just put their mind to it.
Yeah, and they did the same thing to me. So that's how I got involved here. And just by happenstance, Dave sent me a message on Facebook, said, "Hey, check this out. I saw this, and this blows the doors off of our previous company we were involved in."
Right.
So, yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of us on here who can attest to that. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, you can go, you'd have to pay thousands of dollars. I mean, literally thousands upon thousands of dollars to get all in with that other company where you could do it here. $150 a month. Bang, I'm in, man.
Yeah. And it's got 3 times the training that our previous company had. And I just got an email today from the previous company about their new launch and how they're changing things and all this stuff. I'm like, and I listened to it and I'm like, we'll see what comes out.
Yeah. But they keep changing every 3 months. So
yeah, I know. Next question I got for you is, I've been on your blog. You know, you build a fantastic blog, and I want to know what kind of training you use to build that blog and get the kind of content, or not content, but kind of traffic you're getting to it.
Sure, no problem. All right, guys, what I want you to do is grab a pen. I want you to grab a pad, and I want you to start taking notes. And this is especially for the new people, because I'm going to drop a golden nugget awesome bomb right here for you right now. Okay? Are you ready? Let me know if they're ready. I want to see all the yeses up there. Are you getting yeses?
Not yet. They're all sleeping.
Come on, guys. Wakey up. Wake time. Come on.
Wakey, hands off Snakey.
No. That's nasty. All right.
Katie's ready.
All right, cool. Here we go. The number one rule of NS is what? Stay consistent. Okay? So if you're going to do this, if you're going to blog, you got to stay consistent. Because if you don't, you're going to be like the swimmer, like I talked about in a couple of videos ago, that you're going to be swimming across that pool, you're going to stop swimming, and you're going to drown. You don't want to do that. So the number one rule in any business situation is to stay consistent. You hear that a lot in this industry, and oh, by the way, you hear that a lot in my other recruiting business I have. Stay consistent. Another thing, set out a goal. You know, what do you want to accomplish? Okay, we're going to get in that a little bit later, but I want to get on back to Jamie's question here. What training did I use? It's a mixture of all different sorts of training that MLSP has in the back office. All different sorts. The first training is that you have to learn how to become an attraction. Write that down. How to become an attraction. I'm not like talking like a, I don't know, what do you call it? Amusement park, thank you, or something of that nature. I'm talking about, what do you think people are attracted to you? What is that? What is that? And if you're having a hard time trying to come up with that, go through the training. It's there. Because nobody is going to go to your blog if it's not a destination. Blog unless it's a destination.
Right, and you kind of got it.
It's
and you kind of got it set up as a store too, right?
Yeah, it's a hub. So I have all of the social media things out here, and I grab people from those social media sources and I get them onto the blog, because that is where everything goes. All right. So, for instance, you have a person on, and this is how I get traffic. I have people on Facebook. I have people on Twitter. I have people on LinkedIn. Those are the three main sources that I take people from. And now, of course, there's Instagram and other places. But those are the three primary areas that I focus. And I take people from those areas, all right, and I get them curious. Not interested, curious. What's this all about? Right? And that training that I went through on how to get the attraction and how to get the leads are all there in the back office of MLSP, just waiting for you to open and go through. Now, how I was able to set up my blog took me 2 weeks, because I didn't set up the blog in the first week. I set up spreadsheets, and each spreadsheet had keywords. Another spreadsheet had titles. Okay. Another spreadsheet had a combination of different types of graphics that I'm going to be putting on. All right. Now, as soon as I got all that done, all right, so it's out to maybe like 280 blogs or more. And I keep adding stuff to it too. So there could be 400 by the time I'm done, but it's all there waiting for me to go. And now I am not sitting around going, what should I blog about today? Which takes people maybe 2 hours to come up with an idea, because, well, maybe I'm not going to do that one. Well, let's talk about how to do this. No, that scatterbrain stuff ceases when you do this, and you can get right at it and go bang, 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 bang. It just so happens that's how I run my other recruiting business. I have certain goals, and I have them all laid out, and I go bang, bang, this is what I'm going to be doing each day. Okay. Same thing with blogging. Matter of fact, you could probably apply this to any business you're in. Hint, hint, hint. Okay. So once you get that plan down, then it's time to build the blog. This is when I went through Rob Ford's training in the back office. You won't find it anywhere else, folks. It's in the back office of MLSP. Okay? Go through Rob Ford's training, because he's going to tell you how to set it up and set up the SEO, search engine optimization. So Google and other search engines will find your blog and rank it on the first page. Okay? So do that. Also, if you're going to combine a video to your blog, you'll also have to go through our video training that we have in the back office as well. It's Mark Herbert. Mark Harbert or Herbert. I forget his last name, but the training is there.
I think it's Harvard.
Harvard.
I think it's Harvard.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That training is there. So once you combine all these different trainings we have, man, you're going to be a machine online that you're going to get traffic, you're going to get leads, you are going to get sales, and you're going to build a giant audience. I mean, guys, I have like 7,000 people in LinkedIn. I have another 1,500 in Twitter. Now, I know that may be a little low. I know some of you have much higher, but I just started. So, on Twitter. So give me a break.
I think Jovi's on here, and she's got like 16,000 Twitter followers, you know. So
yeah, well, that's crowdfire.
I noticed one thing with my blog. Yeah, I noticed one thing with the blog too. The MLSP blog, it outranks Ian's blog totally. If you get all the SEO set up correctly, it'll outrank it every time.
Hey guys, if you're still in Empower Network and you have a Kalatu blog, check this out. I just saw my analytics, my Google blog or my Kalatu blog, 17 hits over the past 30 days. Guess how many hits my MLSP sites blog has? I think I just said it earlier.
Right.
Take a wild guess. 300 and now 2 or 3. So.
Yeah, mine's about 80 hits over the top of my. Mine's about 80 hits over the top of my Kalatu blog. So.
All right.
But I'm slowly bringing content off my Kalatu blog over to my MLSP sites blog. So.
Yeah. Another thing, guys, that I do with Twitter. I think Chris Pyre's got me interested in this one. So, Chris, if you're out there, hey, thanks, man. We also have Twitter training, and it's this training is off the charts. I mean, it's just wow. I was wowed. So now I'm using Twitter to advertise my blog site. And anytime, I have about 30 or 31 different posts that go into a recycle mode. So it gets posted every 30 minutes. And yes, Katie, there are hashtags on there. But it works. And I'm getting, 50 followers a day just doing that on Twitter. And that's probably where most of my traffic is actually coming from because I leave the link there. So, cool.
All right, so that's pretty awesome. There's a lot of nuggets you dropped in there. If everybody was listening,
told you.
So, tell me this: what's the best advice for you can give for a new person starting out in MLSP?
All right. Cool. Our greatest glory is not never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Let me read that again. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. See, I work with a lot of people who are in a bad spot, either financially or they hate their job so much that they want to get out. And so I work with people who are in a stressful situation all the time. And I always keep going back to that quote. I think it's awesome. It's just an ancient proverb. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. And over my desk, I have 2 other quotes. Let me read them for you. You guys probably heard it before, but let me say it again. Riches are what you have, but wealth is who you are. And in you is a burning desire to break free from all the bonds holding you back. Okay? Those are the first things that I would say to a person who's just having a tough time. And I know someone's on here who's having a tough time, and believe me, I'm with you, brother. Your goals are attainable because you are awesome. That's another cool quote. Your goals are attainable because you are awesome. You are more awesome than you think you are. Okay? So it's a lot of mindset stuff. And let me keep going with this goal situation, because I think people set goals and they're so lofty, it's really hard for them to achieve. So let me kind of chunk it down a little bit. I went to a Get Motivated seminar, and one of the speakers, his name was Chris Danham. He's I guess a Zig Ziglar apostle. But man, this guy was awesome. He's from India, but he's now an American. And one of the stories he told us when he was in India was that, and I had to write it down because I didn't want to mess it up. He says, "We were so poor in India, we went to KFC to lick other people's fingers." And how he said it with the Indian lilt was absolutely hysterical. Well, let me keep on going here. He is a master goal achievement expert. He goes out all over the United States helping people achieve their goals and makes it so that they are attainable. And he breaks it down to the very simple, the stuff that people just completely miss, right? It's not in their plan. And it really screws a lot of people up when they get to a certain point. They're like, ugh, boom, right? They might be so cocky. They might be saying, "Hey, I'm going to make all these sales. I'm going to blow all the other sales department, all the other people in the sales department out of the water. I'm going to be number one." And the attitude there is fine. It's good, but then they go away. They're gone, right? The reason is because he didn't have a plan on what it's going to take to get to that certain part. So Chris Danham breaks it all down for us. Write this down. You have 3 points: point A, point B, and point C. I'm reading off my notes so I don't screw it up. So how do you get to point C if you're not on point A? A is the beginning. C is maybe the top, the tippy top, right? Well, first thing you need to know, and this is, oh, by the way, where MLSP comes into play. Listen up, guys. This is important. Hint, hint, hint. You got to know first what it takes to get to point C before even stepping foot on point A. Does that make sense? Once you're at point A, getting to point B is relatively easy. But while you are at point A, you need to know what it takes to stay or go past C. Okay? And learn if there's another point after C. If you are at C and you're looking for that next level, maybe the gig isn't for you. And you need to search for something else that's even higher. So look at Diane Hockman. I think there's a whole lot of lessons that she teaches in MLSP. She blew past the top level. She's like level 7. Most people in our industry can only think about what it's like at level 5, right? And this isn't a multi-level program, guys. Don't get me wrong. This is just sales level. How many sales this person brings in. That's what that means. And she's level 7, L7. They had to make up a new name for it because L5 was like, what, the honey badger? L5, right? So she's level 7.
Yeah,
she took these points. She took these points and blew right past point C. Now,
yeah.
if you are a new person, you need to know what it takes to get to point C, even before stepping foot on point A. So how do you do that? Very simple. If you're not a member of MLSP, get to be, join today. It's only $10, and you're going to be on a team that's going to assist you and teach you what it's like to get to point C, and what it's like to stay there and go beyond. And we'll get to that in a second, because I know Jamie has another question here. So, does that make sense for everybody?
Yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah, I'll get to my other question here in a little bit.
Okay.
You brought up Diane Hockman. Yeah, she's the first L7 in the industry. Or not in the industry, in the MLSP, the first one. Even the company owners aren't L7s. And if you look at our team, our fearless leader, Pat Patterson, Dave Renicky, and Katie Stage are all in the chat, chatting away. Pat, we've all been in about 3 months. Pat's at L3 already. He just passed L3. Dave's knocking on the door at L3. Katie's knocking on the door at L2. I'm knocking on the door at L1. I think Bob's knocking on the door at L1. So we're all producing results in this business. And it's not rocket science. We're just following the training and implementing the training, and we're getting results out of it. There's other people, Andre in our workshop, she got her first sale. I know Maria, I think she got her first sale. I think Jovi and Cindy, I think they're knocking on the door to getting their first sale, because of a workshop we're all involved in, hanging out with Pat, hanging out with Dave, hanging out with Katie, and being mentored by people that know how to produce results in the industry. We're all following suit, and we're growing as people and getting into the same, what's the word I want to say, Bob? Same routine that they're getting into, and starting producing results and moving up through the ranks. So,
and there's a couple of people who've had problems with their family members and other friends who got, that'll never work, and doing all that sort of nonsense. And if you're getting any of that flack, here's a 2-letter saying I always love to hear. Watch me.
Yep.
Watch me. You want to talk about determination? Boom! You could be wrapped up in those 2 words. Watch me.
Right.
That will shut everybody up. Okay. So if you're having problems with family members and other folks, just say, watch me.
Yeah, and like I've explained, I was on Dave Renicky's show on Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 24-hour marketing mastermind, and I was a special guest, and I went through my daily routine, and, I don't, and Pat talked about this last night, I don't get home and, whine and cry about my day and sit on the couch and watch TV. As soon as I get home, I walk in the door, boom, I'm on Monday night, I'm on Dave's webinar. Wednesday night, I'm on Pat's webinar. After Pat's webinar is done, I'm on MLSP webinar. Tuesday night, I'm on Laura's team call. Thursday night, if she has a team call, I'm on her team call. Well, now I'm on my own webinar on Thursday night too. Saturday night, I'm on the workshop. So I'm on a webinar 6 days a week. And that's because I want to have success in this business. And the only way to get success is put in the work now, get the training you need, and work to get where you want to get. As soon as I'm hitting L3, L4, then I can kick back a little bit and not work as hard. But until then, I got to work my ass off to get where I want to be.
Yeah, and guys.
Oh, thanks, Pat. I rock.
Nothing is free.
No. Pat said we rock, Bob. So I think we learned that from Pat. I learned it from him because I was giving the waitress shit in the restaurant, and Jack Daniel's Grill, and almost got Pat kicked out. That's what he said last night. So.
You naughty boys.
Yeah. So I have another question for you. Then, we got like another 25 minutes. We can just kind of chit chat about stuff. And the last question I got for you is, you've been part of the 24-hour marketing mastermind workshop every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was the brainchild of Katie Stage and Dave Renicky. And you've been through as many mastermind workshops as I have. What is your biggest takeaway from them workshops? What are you learning? What are you getting out of it?
Katie stages squirrel moments. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, guys, it's incredibly valuable. The other stuff is great. The other training is wonderful. Excuse me, I got something in my eye. Sorry. Okay. The other training is wonderful, but like this type of setup that we have right now, where it's kind of an interview, you can't bounce ideas off of other people. It's much more difficult. So what we've come up with, what Dave and Katie came up with was brilliant. It's a workshop where all of us are on video, and we can ask each other questions. For instance, I had a problem with domain mapping, okay? Well, it just so happens that we have a person who can help with that. And oh, by the way, it's a guy right here, Mr. Jamie. And I asked, hey, guys, I have a problem. And he's like, do this, do this, do this. Well, how about this? Hey, Bob, put up a screen share, and maybe we can go through it. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. We'll do a screen share, and then we were able to fix that problem right there, right then. What's cool about this workshop, guys, is that you have a question, it'll get immediately answered. Here's what's also cool. You can immediately implement it. You can immediately implement the answer, and we can walk you through all the different steps to get it. It's awesome. It's incredibly valuable. And that actually could be the reason why Laura Parrish isn't getting any questions coming up for the Thursday Hangouts. She's getting a little concerned. It's because we get answers. We get our answers during this workshop. I think it's incredibly valuable, and they vary. I think Dave's trying to do a topic each time and try to get something across and keep us motivated, etc., which is needed. It's easy to get off track from doing this business. This puts you right back on the track and gets you going. Now you're probably asking, okay, well, how come you're doing it Saturday nights? Isn't that when people go off and watch movies and spend time with their family, etc.? It's because the people that are on there are dedicated. They're tired of being L1 or not, don't have any sales. They're motivated to get to L7 and beyond. Okay, seriously. I'm not joking. We are very dedicated individuals who have, I guess, a vested interest in each other's success. Because what happens when you surround yourself with like-minded individuals? Right? What happens? Boom! You get an empire of minds that we can bounce ideas off of each other, and it's all open. Guys, I consider this a family too, right? If someone's having a bad time, we help them out. We might joke a little bit, trying to get people's enthusiasm and get them out of their funk, and like Pat Patterson did with Jamie, right? It's kind of the same idea. We do that too. So I think it's extremely valuable. What do I really get back? What are my takeaways from the workshop? I can fill volumes, Jamie. I can fill volumes. Here, you want to see? This is notebook number 4. Okay? Notebook number 4. So, and as Mike Hobbs says, another trainer and the other company says that your notes are uncashed checks, right?
Yep.
And so it's very important to take notes, and I do. Yes, sir?
I got a little surprise. I got a little surprise for you, Bob. Pat wants to come out. I'm gonna bring Pat out.
Oh no!
Let's see if I can get this thing to. Let's see if I can get this thing to work. It's not working. Oh, the attendee thing ain't working. I don't know. I don't know why every week. I mean, I move in here to my office, so I have a plug-in internet connection, and it goes haywire and won't work with the crap. So,
can I send him that link, or is it just coded for me?
oh, I can send you that same link. But somebody's hollering for you, Bob. I don't know where Bob went.
I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Here, I'll send it Pat this link. Get my Facebook to open.
All right. Well, I got a note that. Yeah. I think he's there. Pat, are you there?
I am. Hold on just a second. Let me get Jamie. You really should not have brought me on here. This Robert guy scares the hell out of me. I mean, he's scary to me. Hey, Bob, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Pat. How about yourself?
Shit. Like I always say, as long as my name stays out of the obituaries, I'm always good. I'm excellent.
There you go.
So, Jamie, let's just, for the record, I want to get this all cleared up about this Nashville restaurant thing, okay? I mean, are you game for this?
Yeah, I'm the one that almost got it kicked out. You know, I admitted it last night on your hangout.
Okay, now, let's set the record straight. Jamie is lying. He's protecting Pat. The moment we saw that, and this is no surprise to Dave Rainica or Katie Stage, but the minute I saw this waitress, I started giving her shit. And Jamie even warned me as we're walking to the table, she may not serve you. Did I listen? Nope, I didn't listen. We went to the table, and I continued to give her shit jokingly. I mean, we had a great time. But she did hit me about 6 times with that menu. You remember she ran over there and started hitting on me. So that's
oh yeah, she was.
That's the record. It was all Pat. Jamie was innocent.
I think she was kind of sweet on you because she was flirting with you the whole time. So.
The whole time. I do agree with that. I was thinking maybe she wanted my autograph, but it wasn't Saturday, and it wasn't between the hours of 10 a.m. and 11:59 a.m., so I wasn't going to give her that, you know. And because that's the only time I give out autographs, Bob. But I don't get up till 2 p.m. in the afternoon, so that's...
Well, there you go. See us chumps getting up at 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
5 o'clock what? A.m.?
Yeah,
yes,
my day starts at 5 a.m.
Does it? I haven't seen a 5 a.m. since 1979. They still make those?
Yeah. When you're still in corporate America and you're fighting to get out of it, you still got to get up at 5 a.m. and still go to your job and use your job to fund your business until you can afford to get out of that job and, you know, work your business full time. So.
Well,
early bird gets the worm there, Pat.
No, that's bullshit. You know. Early bird.
I want to get the worm so I can go fishing with it at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Early bird loses sleep. Because I get the worm every afternoon about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I get like 1 or 2 MLSP signups per day. That's my worm. And I don't have to get up at 5 a.m. to get it. So, you know, Bob, that's bullshit.
Well,
where are you from,
Bob?
I'm from the great state of Ohio.
Why'd you have to say it like that? Like the great state of Ohio. I don't even have a passport to get to Ohio.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I thought you were a cop in Ohio. What happened to that license?
Ohio? I would not. It's too freaking cold up there. I can't go there.
Oh, give me a break. Come on, Pat. You know what the temperature is outside in my back porch?
Yeah, during the summertime.
102. 102.
Yeah, now can we talk about the other 9 months
102.
of winter where it's under 0? So,
Not last winter.
for me.
We actually hit 80 degrees in January. But then we had a big storm afterwards, so it
But
lasted.
that's because of global
45
warming and all, you know.
Don't even get me started with global warming.
It's like here. It's like here in Illinois. You know, Illinois is the only state where you can have your furnace on in the morning, your air conditioner on in the afternoon, and your furnace back on at night. So.
Wow, that's
screwed
up. No, I was a cop in Georgia, Bob.
Okay.
And Bob, what's your last name? And
Nevin.
Bob Nevin.
With an N.
Bob Nevin, you come to my hangout.
Oh yeah.
That's me.
You look
In
nothing.
24 hours. Huh?
You look nothing like that picture that you're portraying on that on your Facebook.
Hold on.
I had no idea that was you. Okay, now me and Jamie is going to take up a collection
How about that?
of blow dryer for Christmas.
A blow dryer. Bob don't need a blow dryer.
Bob, I remember
Yes,
you now. Absolutely.
All right.
I didn't know you were the same guy.
Hold on. I got to turn down the lights. There we go.
Yeah.
But Jamie, I do want to commend you on something. It's always, and me and Dave Reinica spoke about this on many occasions today, but it's even better that you branch out on your own and have your own hangouts. You don't want to babysit off of mine, or not babysit, but piggyback off of ours and just be in the audience.
Right.
What you're doing here is just freaking awesome. And I wish more people would do that. For all of you out there that comes to Winston Wednesday, that comes to Jamie's, and that if Bob has one. Bob, do you have one? I don't want to give you credit.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Hold on just a second. Let's get Tandy over here. Hold on just a second. Let me get Tandy in this audience, because it's just not the same without Tandy, and I'm sure Dave Reinica will agree.
Oh yeah.
What is? Oh, I've got it. Hold on. I've got it somewhere here.
Hey guys, don't go anywhere. Tandy is awesome. She's gonna drop some value bombs here.
Oh, do you want her? I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna come
out of the water.
Yeah. I don't know if she'll come on here with on camera.
Oh.
But let's see. Oh, Bob, you're the one that sent me the. You're the one that told me to get on here. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was a couple of weeks ago on our workshop on Saturday night. They put out the challenge for somebody to do their hangouts and start doing their own hangouts. And me and Sonia Harris both jumped on and started doing our own hangouts. It took me about a week to get it set up and everything, but I got on. I figured I'd grown enough and I was comfortable enough with myself that I could get on and start doing my own. And it's gone fantastic so far.
Absolutely, and that's what you need. Now, when we started Wisdom Wednesday, our first night we had 4 people. So, and now we've grown to, I don't know, 500, 600, 700. I mean, last night I added everything up and it was close to 700 people. So, I mean, we've really grown, and we haven't done anything but what you're doing, Jamie. We just,
right.
Like Bob said earlier, with blogging, you have to stay consistent. Same with the webcast. As long as you're consistent. But here's the one thing I think you're doing wrong. You're paying for this webinar thing. What is this? This is the most expensive one on the internet, is it not? Oh no, this is webinars on air. Okay.
Yeah, it's webinars on air.
I thought it was that other one.
No, it's the same thing the MLSP uses.
That's
webinars on air.
That's what I was gonna introduce you to webinars on air, but you just beat me to it. I thought you were on that one. What's the one that used to come out that only the big corporates could use it?
Oh,
webinars to go, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were on. Other than that, man.
Citrix or something like that.
Well, I looked at the way you had yours set up, and I looked at the way Dave had his set up. And Sonia kind of set hers up the same way you guys have yours set up. I wanted to be different, so I went with webinars on air because I liked how the setup was on Wednesday night. So
when we first started Wisdom Wednesday, we were on webinars on air. But then we had to try to figure out how do we do a PHP code so anybody that invites somebody else and they click on the banner, it's going to go to that person. That's what we were wanting to do.
Right.
So we had to switch, and I switched over to, I forgot the name of the plug-in on WordPress, but that's what we use. Hey, Terry Miller, how are you doing, ma'am? Are you stalking me? You know, no means no, Terry, and stalking's illegal. You stalked me last night. I remember you were there.
I wanted to talk about Terry a little bit tonight, and Pat, you can help me out on this.
Yeah, let's talk about Terry.
Last night last week we had a little bit internet connection problems with Terry, and she took it that it was her fault and that it was she screwed up. And like I told her, it's not your fault. You didn't screw up. You did absolutely nothing wrong. She's a rock star. She did really good when she had a good connection. Those things happen, and it's not nothing to beat yourself up about.
She was beating herself up?
Yeah, she thought it was her fault that she was having, internet connection problems and stuff like that. But
yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Oh, exactly.
Once I moved away from webinars on air, and I'm just responding to Dave's text over here. Dave Reinecke to Optimize Press. So then he started following me and copying me with Optimize Press.
Right.
No, I'm bullshitting. I can't wait to see what he's going to say in the text for that. Actually reversed. He had Optimized Press, and I followed him, and I wanted to outdo him. We were in a little competition. Well, Pat says downgrade. No, yeah, I told him, I said, I don't want to downgrade to the way you're doing it. I want to upgrade to my way of doing it. So, but anyway, it all worked out in the end, Jamie. But the main thing is you're doing this, is stay consistent. Don't ever miss a week. I
won't.
Never missed a week. I don't care what day it is, Christmas, holidays, I'm there every Wednesday night. So now we've got a great panel on Wisdom Wednesday, so I could not be there one night and it wouldn't make a big deal because Wisdom Wednesday would still happen. But
Terry's got her hand raised. What do you want, Terry? What do you want to ask us?
Go ahead, Terry! Stalking is still illegal, though.
I don't know what she wanted to ask, but she had her hand raised. Maybe she'll put something in the chat, and then Katie can let me know.
She probably didn't want to ask anything. She probably want to make a statement like, kiss my ass.
Yeah.
That's
It's great that you come on tonight. I planned on asking you to come on, in a couple of weeks when I got it, some momentum built up. So.
No, we can get some momentum built up just by you being consistent. You don't need me. You don't need anybody else. All you need is what Bob said, consistency.
Right.
Consistent with anything, though. Guys, it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're doing Facebook ads, PPC, or webinars. But webinars, you connect better with people. I think that's the best thing that we could have ever done was come up with Wisdom Wednesday, and anybody come up with a webinar every week. I hate webinars. Hangout.
Right. Hangout.
It's so personal with people. I mean, I went to Nashville and I went to Orlando, and well, most people know me because I go on stage, but in Nashville, I didn't go on stage. They knew me from Wisdom Wednesday. So many people came up and said, "Where's Tandy? Where's Tandy's not going to put up with your shit much longer." I mean, It was constant of, "Hey, we watch you every Wednesday." These are people that never say a word in the chat. They just show up on YouTube, on Google Plus, on podcast, or on the actual webcast.
And that's what saved me. I mean, I met you in Nashville in 2015, and I was out smoking, and you come out to smoke, in your office, and that's where I met you at.
Your picture just came up. I've got it right here with you and me. Let me get it. Hold on. Oh, I think that's you.
Not on the cop computer, mate.
Yeah, I'm on the cop computer.
Uh-oh, Jamie, you're in trouble now.
I pulled this off at the United States Post Office is where I found it. If that tells you anything, it was up on the bulletin board right where you put your mail in.
So no.
I don't know if I can't send this in here, can I? Can I send this in the chat? No,
I don't think you can.
No, I can't. But yeah, it popped up on my Facebook that, hey, don't forget this picture.
Yeah, and I'll never forget the first question you asked me that night. Are you doing videos? I said, no, I'm scared to death to do videos. And you told me, just get over and start doing them. You'll start getting leads. And I listened to you, and it started happening. So,
See, that's what makes you rock right there, Jamie. That's what makes you awesome. No bullshit. Is you're willing to go out of your comfort zone. You do what successful people are telling you to do instead of making freaking excuses like 97% of the other people.
yeah.
That differentiates. Say that word for me there, Bob.
Differentiates.
Differentiate.
Yeah, that's the word. That's what separates, and I'm going to do it the Southern way. That's what separates the successful from the quitters.
Right.
Is we take action. And Jamie, even if you're just doing a video all wrong, the worst video I ever did, thousands of dollars. The one that I thought was going to be bullshit, and it was, man, I'd delete that thing. The one I loved, the one I fell in love with, and me and Dave Ranick has talked about this. We'll do a video and just fall in love with it. Put it up, no conversions, nothing happens with it, but we love it. So it's not us, it's the idiots that are watching it. What are they thinking? That's the best video ever.
That's right.
And that piece of shit video that I hate is getting all the conversions.
That's right.
Never fall in love with any ad, any video. If it's not working, throw it away, do it over. I learned that the hard way.
I keep everything up. You never know
Never
who you're
know.
going to connect. Who you're going to connect with. I mean, the very first video I did, absolutely, I hate it. I mean, it was just nasty, and I did it. Actually, I still have the little thing. This was my first video camera, right here. This little thing, this little archaic thing, and I put that up on YouTube, and I had a whole lot of hits. So here's the next nugget. If you guys weren't on the Hangout last night with Jessica Higdon, she talked about LinkedIn. And that's where I do where I get the most action for my other business. And one of my videos on there, and it was for what we call a job order or job opening, got over 607 views within 4 days. Now, I compared that to where it was on YouTube. YouTube may have had 20, 30. So, LinkedIn does work. LinkedIn does work as long as you know how to work it. And now that training that Jessica did for us yesterday is going to be put up in the back office.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on that webinar last night too, and it was pretty good. So.
Yeah. I got about 3 or 4 pages of notes.
Yeah, I know. I do too. I have a lot of notes. A lot of good info out there, and I mean, I have LinkedIn for my company I'm on with, but I don't use it for my internet business. So.
Right.
I mean, that's something I need to look into, is maybe starting another account just for my marketing and stuff. So.
Yeah.
That's what Tandy does for me on Instagram. Is she's got, I think she set me up like 4 or 5 different accounts, and each of them go to something different. So.
Yeah, and Tandy's a rock star at Instagram.
She is the rock star, and she does all my Instagram for me. I'm very fortunate to have her. As I always tell her, look, I have a Tandy. Not everybody has a Tandy, but I do.
Yeah.
I got mine on sale.
Well, I got a Terry Miller now because she's on my team. So.
Hey, now Terry Miller. A lot of people do not know, before she was injured, she was a rock star with Empower Network. I mean, she was up there with. We're talking about like Justin and Dee and Justin Barangia, Aaron Raskin, all those guys. I mean, really, really high up, and then she got in a car wreck, or I think it was a car wreck. I may be overstepping there. And she just went down from there. So, and now she's building herself back up, which you've got to admire.
Yep. Yeah, she joined me. I mean, you kept preaching every Wednesday, get an accountability partner. Well, we connected here about a month ago, and, I asked her to be my accountability partner, and she was all for it.
So Terry,
here's the thing with Terry obviously not being a newbie in this business at all. She has already known what it takes to get to point C and beyond
Yes.
regarding
Exactly.
goals. Okay?
You had
So
too
if
many
you are
alphabets
a new
early
person,
for me. I couldn't
Yeah,
keep up with the
it-
alphabets.
well, sorry. If you're starting out, you need to know, what it takes to get to point C. And that's where MLSP comes into play, My Lead System Pro. We have all that information in the back office. Get on it. Do it. And learn it at the same time.
But it's if you go to corporate America, guys, you're going to have to go through orientation or some kind of training. You're not just going to start a job unless you're already experienced at that line of work. If you're going to go with something new, you're going to orientation, sometimes 6, 8 weeks, 9 months of training. Hell, did you know to cut hair, you got to go through 9 freaking months of training? But yet, I went through 8 weeks of police academy, and they gave me a gun. Of course, they didn't give me any bullets. They did it first, but they took it away because I was throwing the bullets at people, so they just took them away from me. But they gave me a freaking gun after 8 weeks of training, but you got to go 9 months to cut somebody's hair?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? Something's wrong with that.
Well, Pat, I went through 6 years of college to learn how to design highways, because that's what I do. I design highways.
Oh, wow. Damn.
All right, now we know who to blame for all the bottlenecks. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ! Hey,
Hey, TJ.
welcome aboard, man.
Well, guys, we're at the top of the hour, and we've been on for an hour, and I only had this scheduled for an hour, so.
You're better at that than I am. We just keep freaking talking. Always.
I mean, we can keep.
Dave Ranicky, though. We're ready to go, and Dave's always just going and going, and like the energized freaking bunny. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But
And Dave, I did see the pink robe statement. I just chose to ignore it, sir.
chose to ignore it. Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring it up because the pink robe is a sore subject. So. But I want to thank you very much for coming on, Pat. I want to thank you very much, Bob, for joining me tonight.
Hey,
with Bob,
awesome.
I just want to come on and give Bob some shit. That's all.
No,
yeah, I wanted to give Pat some shit back too.
But he didn't do it, Jamie. Now look, you didn't do it. You didn't give me any shit.
You know why? I respect cops whether they are current or retired.
Let me see your driver's license.
So there you go. Uh-oh.
Guy wants to see my driver's license. I tell him, oh, so you've never seen an asshole wrapped in plastic, huh? Okay, here's my driver's license.
Here's driver's license.
But
That's a
no,
good
I
one.
crashed
gotta
your
remember
car,
that.
so I just wanted to come on and give him some shit, and because he was scary there for a little while with the ABCs, and it scared the hell out of me when he scared me and Katie both with that when he started whispering. I was like, oh, whoa, who is this guy? I just wanted to give him some shit. I appreciate you.
No.
I didn't mean to crash your party.
Oh, you didn't crash it. You know, it's always entertaining when you come out. You know, and anytime I'm around you, I've always had an excellent, great time. You know, I meet a lot of important people when I'm hanging out with you. So.
Oh yeah, you hung out. Correct me if I'm wrong. In Nashville, every time I looked at Jamie and his wife was with me, and at one point Jamie stepped up and she said, "I want to meet important people, so I'm going to hang around you." And I'm like, "You're not going to meet anybody with me." So.
I'll help.
But you did. I did get to introduce you to David Wood.
Yep, I met David Wood that night. I met Lawrence Tam that night. I met Desmond Soon that night. I met Justin Brinja that night.
See, I hang out with all them at the events. So to me, I guess if I was a newbie, I'm not calling you a newbie, but I guess if I didn't hang around them all the time, it would be like an aha moment. But it's just every time we get to an event, I'm around them. So we go to the dinners, the speaker dinners, and so it's not that big of a deal for me. And I forget how excited it would be to get to hang out with them in the beginning. But you've been around for a long time, man, and like I said last night, I meant what I said. I mean, you're an inspiration to not only me, but a lot of people because you didn't give up. You didn't quit.
Right.
And
that's
Quitting isn't
the
in
biggest-
his vocabulary.
right.
yeah, it's
You
not.
can't quit.
I mean, and that's the biggest thing I learned, hanging out with you that night, is David Wood, Justin Brinja. Justin's a little different, but David Wood, you know, you're no different than I am. You know, so
Correct.
I can do anything you guys can do. I just got to put my mind to it and do it.
And that's the only difference. But I don't care who you're talking about. This lady that hit L7, the only difference between her and everybody else is she refused to quit. I'm on my way there. I'm building to there. I've been with. I started with MLSP the 28th of April, and 3 weeks ago I hit L3. So that's what, a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be done. I'm rebuilding, and I'm just going balls to the wall, as they used to say in high school. That's a high school slogan, Dave Branica, in case you didn't know. And it works. I mean, everything that I'm doing is working because I didn't have to start over. I just started with a new company. I already knew how to market. So it's pretty simple as long as you just be consistent, as Bob said. And I keep going back to that because that's a powerful statement that many people forget about. Consistency. I do this shit every day. I don't skip. Well, no, let me not exaggerate. I do it at least 3 days a week. Let me just say that. At least 3 days a week I work. So, and this week I've worked since Monday, so I've been doing real good this week. So, but I want to get
usually the only days I don't really work hard are Fridays and Saturday before the hangout, because my wife's off work on Friday and Saturday, so I spend time with her because, you know, I'm busy working my business or I'm on a webinar, you know, like I said, 6 days a week. So
yeah, absolutely. And the main thing is, as I always say on Wisdom Wednesday, you got to be willing, make your business about helping other people, because this is a people's business. The whole thing is about other people. Without other people, you're not going to make a penny. So since you know that, the money's always going to be just automatic. So as long as you help as many people as willing to help themselves, the money's automatically going to be deposited in your bank account. So I don't even think about the money. I don't make money goals. I don't say, okay, at this, I got to make, you know, at least $9,000 this month. I don't even think about money. I say more like, okay, I've got to get 95 opt-ins per day. That's what I want. 95. I get about 85 to 91, and I want 95 a day for 14 days straight. That's my goal right now. So I'm just adding more videos. You just don't make your goals about money, as I've said before, and just stay consistent. And lo and behold, one day you're just going to, wow, did I really make $6,000 this month? Goodbye, corporate America.
Guys, I had corporate America come visit our little company when I first started with my offline company called C.H. Nevin and Associates. We had Weyerhaeuser companies, vice presidents of Weyerhaeuser company coming to visit us to help with their recruiting. Now, when you have, you know, things like that happen, it's amazing. And as Pat says, you no longer start thinking about money. You start thinking about helping other people. Guys, there are 90 million people out there using Facebook. I don't know what the actual number is, but it's huge, right? How many people start an online business every year? I think it's like 3 million or maybe even a lot more now, right? And 90% of those people fail because they don't get the training and they don't stay consistent, and they turn around and say, 2 weeks into the gig, this isn't for me, it's a scam. It's not a scam. Pat, you said this so eloquently yesterday. The only person that is the scam is yourself.
Exactly.
Because you didn't give it enough time. You didn't put enough effort and consistency into your business. So goal number 1 is to stay consistent.
Did I call him a scam?
I don't know.
I don't remember saying
something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, I cannot wait to hear what I'm going to say next. You know, I never.
Me neither.
It pops out, you know. But listen, I know everybody's raring to go. You're 9 minutes late, which is, you know, that's what we do on Wisdom Wednesday. So you're right up with us. I wanted to get you to about 9:15, so we won't be the only hangout that goes way over our time, but I'm not going to do you that way.
Hey, that's okay. You know, that's one thing I wanted to say. What really got me in the mode that I wouldn't quit, you know, is when I met you that first year in Nashville. I heard you speak on stage. You told your story, and then it was about a month or two later, you did an inner circle training audio about how to treat your business like a business.
Yeah.
And just hearing your story and hearing that audio, you know, shifted my mindset. And then hanging out with Katie and Dave all the time, you know, really shifted it even more and made me, you know, grow to the person I am today. Because, you know, when you met me in Nashville, I was in a shell. I couldn't do this.
And guys, I want to jump in real quick. This guy, Pat, is incredibly awesome. Okay, he knows his shit, guys. He really does. And you know, when you in this other company that we were all in, if you get to do an inner circle audio like Mr. Patterson here did, that means a lot to people who are coming in, and now he's on this hangout with us. Hello, this is super huge, right?
No. I
because I got that audio and I listened to it, and now here he is.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
I bombed his hangout. I asked him, please let me come on.
Even better.
But you know, Dave Reinecke said it so eloquently about 2 weeks ago on Wisdom Wednesday. You are who you surround yourself with. And I choose to surround like Dave Reinecke and Katie Stage and Tandy Davis and Dave Sitzler and Jamie Shaw. And we've never met Bob, I don't think. Have we? Have we ever met in person?
Let's shake hands over the computer and hey, nice to meet you.
But it's all about helping people. The minute you make this about yourself, that means you're selfish and you're never going to be successful. Trust me on that. Karma will bite you in the ass every time. So it's got to be about helping other people. And because Dave Reinecke and because Dave Sitzler and Katie States, they were all willing to help me when I needed it. I could ask Dave in an hour from now, hey, I'm having problems with this. Can we jump on a hangout? And absolutely, he'll be right there for me. And vice versa. So when you say that, you know, that Pat rocks or Pat's great, it's only because of people like Dave Reinecke that make me great. Katie Stage that make me great. The people that help me, and I'm privileged to help them. So it's never about one person. So never make it about you. People like Terry Miller. I mean, we got on a hangout like at 3 o'clock in the morning about 9 months ago. And we stayed on there for about an hour. And she helped me. And hopefully I helped her. So it's never about one person is all I'm saying. Just because Pat talks on stage or I did an inner circle audio, I do those things, and I did that inner circle hoping that it would turn a light on somebody's mind and say, if this dumbass ex-cop can do this, I can do this. That's what I'm looking for. Yep. So don't make it about me, because it's about the people that's behind me right now, like Dave Reinecke and Katie Stage. So, and I'm not saying that
the reason why I said that is exactly that. You are outgoing enough to acknowledge the fact that you are surrounded by other people, and that's how you're able to roll.
Absolutely. And that's what makes me successful. That's what makes everything that I do turn into gold, because I'm just truly blessed. I truly believe that I am blessed, and good karma is on my side, because I'm willing, just like all the people that's with me is willing to help anybody that's willing to help themselves. Just like JT or TJ Trusted. Everybody say hello to him.
Hey TJ, how you doing?
He reached out to me last night wanting to know, hey, can we get on a hangout today so you can show me this video thing? Well, that shows me he's willing to help himself. You damn right we'll get on a hangout. Let's do it. Because people that's willing to help themselves, as crazy as it sounds, is so rare in this industry. You'd think it would be common sense. Oh, yeah, I got to help me. Don't do it. they're too busy making excuses, calling everything a freaking scam, and it truly pisses me off when they do that. They don't have a damn. That would be like me, Bob, trying to explain to you how to do brain surgery. I don't know a freaking thing about it, but I'm going to tell you what's wrong with brain surgery. That's what they're doing.
Right.
They're telling you everything that's wrong with this industry because their next door neighbor 6 years ago lost some money at some bullshit binary option thing that he did. So everything on the internet's a scam, so they won't even try.
Yep.
That's sad. That is so sad because, damn it, so many people could walk away from corporate America and make this work. Again, if I can do this, anybody can do it. I'm nobody special. I'm just some dumbass guy from Georgia that was raised in Dothan, Alabama. I used to sell pictures at 12 years old. I was the little guy walking around the big wrestling arena selling the wrestlers' pictures for 10 cents a piece that were autographed. That was me. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that entrepreneurial spirit in you as a youngin'.
Oh, yeah, youngin'. See, I ain't heard that in a while. You must... No, you're from Ohio. Never mind.
No. I lived in Virginia, in the Hollow.
Okay, can you do me a favor since you're up in Ohio? Can you make...
Over by Laura Parish. I went to school over there.
Laura Parish is from Virginia. Virginia. Now, she's my sponsor with MLSP.
Oh, there you go.
And when I got started with MLSP, she helped me tremendously. I could text her right now, and she'll call me on the phone saying, okay, how can I help you? Because Laura Parish and people like John Oates and people like Michael Martin, all these people, even Mars Burden. I just got off the phone with him, 4 days ago. We were talking. We're going to start working together, me and Mars. I don't know if anybody knows who Mars is.
Yeah,
Mars,
that's awesome.
Yeah, he used to be with Empower.
Right.
And me and him's going to get together. Me, him, and Michelle, his assistant. He called me up and wanted to work with me, and it was really a compliment to me that, because of your integrity and you're willing to help everybody, I want to work with you. So that's a real honor for me that Mars wants to work with me. But it's people like that know this industry is all about helping other people. And
yes, it is.
Anybody that's here new, I'm sorry I crashed this webcast, but I'm telling you. This is Jamie's webcast, not Pat's, okay? Let's make that. It's Jamie and Bob, and they were here doing just fine without my big mouth in here. But I wanted to jump in here. So let me
this is a treat, so.
Well,
yeah, it is.
If you're
it is. I always have a great time when I'm with you, Pat. So
we had a great time in Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
We really did. And me and Pops, and I forgot who else. We went to this steakhouse. I spent $126 for one meal for me. I mean, how many Big Macs would that buy? I mean,
for one steak? For one steak.
For a steak dinner at that hotel, at that big, it looked like the White House. And we went over there.
Yeah, I remember that.
$26, and I'm like, oh, well. I've never done it before. Okay, here's my credit card. I hope it don't decline. I just found it in the parking lot, so it should go through. I mean, but if you're new, most new people think about how much money can I make and when can I make it? How fast can I make it? And when can I need money right now. No, you don't need money right now. Not in this industry. You should be saying, okay, I'm going to master these techniques and these strategies, and then I'm going to help as many people as I can do the same thing. Money's automatic. It's just like when you go to work and work for 2 weeks, you do not sit in your cubicle or on your job thinking, okay, if I empty this trash, I'm going to make $1.12 each trash can, and I'm going to make 72 cents if I go fix the car for my boss, and I'm going to make You don't think of it that way. You just know at the end of 2 weeks you're going to get a paycheck. You just do your job. If people would act the same way at home as they do in corporate America and just sit down, do your job, and don't worry about the freaking money. Worry about helping as many people as you can. The money's automatic. I had a $5,000 month in August of 2014. Didn't even know it until about the last 3 days of the month. I'm like, did I really make $5,216? Really? because the money was just automatic. I wasn't thinking about how much money I was going to make. And I had over a $5,000 month, and it just went up from there. And then I was at $12,000 before I knew it. Before November, I'm hitting $12,000 a month, and I'm like, I remember when I got started, I saw a video with David Wood and David Sharp with their superhero costumes on, talking about $10,000 a month, and this was my attitude. Yeah, bullshit. $10,000 a month. They should have told me 2. I'd have believed 2.
Yeah.
Not 10. I'm not an idiot, but I was an idiot because I didn't have an employee mind or a business owner's mindset. I was doing that with an employee mindset. And look and behold, lo and behold, a year and 1 month later, I'm making $12,000 a month. So it can be done. You just don't think about the money. Please listen to me. Don't think about the money. Think about helping as many people as you can get to where they want to be. So now I'll shut up. I've had
guys, you know what? You know what my degree is from college?
What's that?
Vocal performance major. And here I am sitting on a pile of invoices for thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. So if a musician can start his own little company, and have other people come in and help, if an ex-cop can do what he's doing and have an enjoyable time doing it.
I love what I do.
If you know, here I go back to this quote from the movie The Edge. Have you guys seen that? We call it the bear movie because this bear comes marauding through these guys who crash landed in the middle of nowhere up in Canada someplace. And it's a tough movie to watch, but you know, one of the lines in it is, what one man can do, another can do. So for the rest of this week, if you're new and if you're kind of iffy about this, or if you're iffy about the situation, don't make your goals about money. Start saying that mantra. What one man can do, another can do. What one man can do, another can do. And say that over and over and over again. Make that your driving force, because you can do this. You can do it. All you have to do is dedicate the time to get it done and be consistent about it. Does that make sense for everybody?
Yep, exactly. Pat, you're supposed to look at a Facebook message from Dave Renicky. So.
Oh, I'm supposed to. Let's see, Dave.
I got one too.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. No.
Well, Pat, you got your quarter after. We're at 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. So.
Yeah. So, as for the record, I want everybody to know that Wisdom Wednesday, we try to stay within our time, within 15 minutes, but Jamie's show goes way over to 22 minutes. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And guys, look, those of you that are here, please, Monday nights, get on Dave Ranicki's show. It's a 24-hour marketer. Awesome show. I forgot to mention that last night. I apologize to Dave. And TJ, let me tell you something, buddy. It's because we met you that makes us awesome, that makes us better people. Every time we help somebody that's willing to help themselves, it makes me a better person. It truly does. So the honor is all mine, buddy. The honor is all of ours. Anytime somebody can walk away from corporate America, wow, you want to feel like what it feels like to win the lottery? Wait till you have a team member that's struggling with their corporate America job, and 7 months later they say, "Look, I quit today."
Yep.
I feel, God, that feeling. It's like an adrenaline rush. So it's all worth it. So TJ, it's my honor that I know you, sir.
Yep. And I want to thank you guys, both, Pat and Bob, for hanging out with me. Thanks to Pat for coming on. I don't think you stole the show or anything. I enjoy having you on, and
Appreciate it.
I'm going to end our broadcast tonight, and I thank everybody in the chat for being on with us, and come back next Thursday night for the Monster Marketing Show. Make sure you go to 24-Hour Marketing Show or 24-Hour Marketing Mastermind on Monday night and Wednesday on Wednesday night. All of them are at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, guys.
See you guys.